There you go. There you go.
Good evening. Welcome to the Events and Commemorations meeting. Today is February 17th. It's 5:30 p.m. If we could get a roll call, please, Ms. Graziano.
Mrs. Cooper?
Here.
Mr. Capel?
Here.
Mrs. Crawford?
Here.
3 present. We have quorum.
Okay, thank you. We are going to go all the way back to 2025 for this meeting minutes approval, back to November 18th. We have not had an events meeting warranted since then, so I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Capel. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Abstain.
2 yeas. Motion approved.
Thank you. I'm going to adjust our agenda a little bit here, and I'm going to move new business forward in front of our unfinished business. And I'm going to invite Mr. John Pratt up to our podium to introduce himself and tell us a little bit about the Sunbury Marathon.
Hello, good evening. Thanks again. My name is John Pratt, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all this evening. So thank you for making time for me to share a little bit about the proposed marathon. And I was hoping to answer any questions you all have, but just a little bit about why would I hope to bring an event like this to the Sunbury community. Growing up, in high school, I started a bike racing team for a number of young people, largely from my family, but there were local business people who sponsored us, and it was an incredible opportunity to have people backing us as we sought to be better than we kind of dreamed we could, doing sporting events. And then also when I started getting into running more and I experienced a marathon for the first time, I was just blown away by the sense of community, running with people. I've asked myself, why would you pay a bunch of money to do a marathon when you can very well on your own just go out on a random path or road and go run 26.2 miles? And it's because the power of community empowers you to go way further than you dreamed you could. And so people love events like this, and it's great communities that make events like these memorable, that keep people coming back. And so my wife and I and our 4 kids, we are new to the area. We live up in Cardington. I work here in Sunbury. And this community has been incredible. We felt so welcome. And I just think this Sunbury area is growing, and there's an opportunity to just really showcase the great community that's here in Sunbury, and to offer a compelling athletic event and endurance event that I think would draw people from definitely the Columbus area, but even beyond. People come in long distances for marathons. And so I really think this would be a benefit to this whole region and to Sunbury in particular. So I'm hoping for September 12th. It's a Saturday. And then the race time would be about 7 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. I'm hoping to have a marathon, a half marathon, a 10K, and a 1 mile run on offer that day. And the marathon would be a Boston qualifier, so we'll get it certified, sanctioned, and insured through USA Track and Field. So if people run a Boston qualifying time, they could then apply to try to run the Boston Marathon. So that's a little bit about it. And then I guess the last piece would be, there was a track and field collegiate coach. Previously, I lived in Fort Wayne, and for a collegiate event, right before he offered a 1 mile run for kids. And he didn't charge anything for it. I don't know that I'll yet be able to charge nothing for the 1 mile run, but my son, who was 3 years old at the time, got to run a 1 mile race, chip timed and all this. And seeing him run his heart out as he crossed the finish line was just really beautiful as a parent. And for me, I was just really edified to see a coach at a local college offering an event, not for his own benefit, but for the sake of the community. So as I pitch this marathon, I think it's about offering kind of compelling opportunities where people can say, hey, there's a marathon. Do you want to do it? Let's train. And they just go start running hour upon hour on the, Ohio to Erie Trail or wherever else they're training to do it. And I think it's that kind of community, that kind of connection that this event makes possible, brings people into our community. And so I think it could be a blessing to many people. So that's kind of the mission behind it, and happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, so let me, if I could, point you then to packet page 17. That's the route. And I think it's important to understand, because when I first got the application, I mean, I will say, oh, I thought, oh, a marathon, oh my, that's a pretty significant, well, it is a pretty significant undertaking.
It's very ambitious of you.
It's very ambitious, exactly. But after talking through it a little bit more with John, originally the thought was maybe to start out at the square and run down Cherry Street to Walnut Street North and then up Walnut Street and then out to the Ohio Erie Trail. But John had agreed that if we could start it in front of J.R. Smith Park, that's significantly easier from a traffic perspective, a safety perspective, and just kind of, being able to kind of, control the roads a little bit better. And so John has agreed that that would work. We'll use the square as a place for gathering and signing in. And so there'll still be like this hub of activity happening in and around the square, which is an opportunity, again, to kind of show off our businesses, show off the community. But the race event itself, again, we'll get past the significant intersection issue right down here, and we'll start there. So the vast majority of the route is not on public streets.
Yeah, I was looking, I was like, well, that's 21 miles is not.
Yeah.
It goes out of Sunbury.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so John,
This portion.
yeah, I mean, so John, maybe you've talked to Knox County, you've talked to Preservation Parks. Just tell them a little bit about what you've done there.
There's been many people to get in touch with, and almost every time you reach out to someone or someone else, but I've been in touch with Knox County, Parks District, Licking County Park District, Delaware County Preservation Parks. Reached out to the sheriff departments for each of those three counties, asking about special duty requests regarding this. And I've talked to engineering departments for Delaware and Knox. And also trying to contact the Licking County Engineer Department. So, at various stages of, follow up with each of those entities. For County Road 605, I think it is. I think ODOT might need to be involved in that. And there's also Norfolk Center there's a crossing of Route 3 that would also potentially involve ODOT.
It behooves you to start this early. I saw your date is in September, and I was like, I'm glad that we're seeing this early. This doesn't loop around and come back? It just starts in Sunbury?
It's now and back. So
Okay, so it starts and ends.
So here, which is about 2 miles from the center. It's kind of where the turnaround.
Okay, so folks they're coming back.
Yes.
Okay.
So the estimate is approximately 500 people. That's the first time, so not sure, if we get 500 or not. I did want to add, so I have pushed this out to the police department, the fire department. The fire department asked me to reach out to medical services, emergency medical services. I have heard back from emergency medical services. They think that with enough time, they're fine with the event. The police department, the fire department raised an issue about one of the tents, the size of one of the tents. So, I'll work with John on that just to, if there's a permit requirement, but we might be able to kind of scale that tent size down and not have to deal with that issue. I've not heard back from all of the safety forces yet. So, and I mentioned that to John as he was coming in. So we're not asking the events committee to approve it this evening. Just want to make sure if there are any other red flags that we're addressing those as well. Now, J.R. Smith Park, as you know, will be under renovation this summer, but September 12th, hopefully it is done.
It'll be done for you and looking great and be a great spot for you.
Yeah, it would be a great location for sure. And then maybe, John, talk a little bit about why you want to start on a public street and then head to the trail.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is just to give runners a little bit of space before, the trail's decently wide, I think it's 10 feet wide. But it's just a little extra space for start and finish, so runners can their stride before get on the Ohio Erie Trail. Helps with just not having it quite as flooded. Finish the races. Yeah.
So now would Cherry and Walnut Street only be kind of blocked off as it gets started?
So
And then
at the
open
start
it
of
up.
races and then as people come back. And if you wanted precise kind of timings of when we'd expect runners going out and back, we could work that out. So definitely at the start of races, it would be busier. You have various options at your disposal where you could cone off half the road and so maybe it's one-way traffic for part of the time, and the runners get one half, the cars get the other. Maybe you just have flaggers and during start and finish, for the final 2 hours from like noon to 2 p.m. It's basically going to be full marathoners walking back at 12-minute per mile, 15-minute per mile pace. So it's not like a high intensity,
Yeah.
traffic detail going on from 8 to 2 p.m. So it'd be particularly from that like kind of 7 a.m. time point to maybe around 9 or 10 would kind of be like more like runners, and then kind of after that it starts just slowing down the amount of people coming, because the half marathon will basically be done and just have a full marathon or something like that. We're slower paced.
Is there a parking situation on Cherry Street now? Like, are you allowed to park on Cherry Street
So,
from here to?
yeah, I will check that. That's a good point. But I don't think there are any restrictions on parking. I think most people do have off-street parking. Some people are parking like in, I'll say, improved areas, i.e. gravel alongside the road, but they're off the road. So I don't think we've got any kind of, restrictions on the road itself in terms of, the ability to get through and to maintain one lane of traffic.
Yeah, it's not particularly narrow.
No, it's not. And Walnut, kind of the same thing. I mean, Walnut's a little bit of a narrower street, but these are also relatively low volume streets as well in terms of traffic, so it shouldn't be as big a challenge.
I know that the Big Nut Strut is on a Sunday, but is that September or is that October?
October, it's usually, well, right?
He just sent me an email. I don't know the date. Yeah, we'll check on that.
Okay.
But they're using a different route.
I looked
Yeah.
into that event, so that's part of the reason I'm not offering a 5K, because that event's happened here. It was in October. It was last time around.
There's like a 3-day weekend, Columbus Day.
Columbus Day weekend.
That's historically when it's been. I don't know if it's that weekend this time.
So yeah, we've certainly got some details to work out. But again, I think John is,
Yeah, we appreciate you coming and telling us about this and working with our police and our fire and our EMS, and because we can't approve anything if our fire and police are saying, no, we don't really think this is a safe idea for Sunbury, so.
I'm curious, I didn't see it in here, but maybe I missed it. It looks like you want to donate 10% of the proceeds to charity. Have you picked a charity or?
I guess it's still deciding on it. Could be, so I work at St. John Catholic Church here in town. So there will be hopefully some new schools going in there, so it might be funds raised for that, but that's what kind of just see us a big event this closer, but I do. I don't like, we donated our parish and also just want to support the community, so. Yeah.
Sure.
I think this is really cool. I like seeing something like this come to
We
something.
have a big running community in Sunbury. I think maybe offline I can reach out to you and give you some contacts of folks that might be interested in joining your efforts and helping you and getting the word out when it gets closer and everything is approved.
All right, so we'll keep working through the public safety group just to make sure they're perfectly comfortable. We'll plan to bring it back to you next month just for any final buttoned up ideas and maybe be able to provide some updates on just any other communication you've had. I did receive a phone call from Preservation Parks just after John had met with them. They followed up with me just to let me know that if Sunbury supported it, they would be supportive of it as well. So
I don't remember a marathon coming through Sunbury before, do you?
Not that I am a runner
Yeah.
at all, obviously.
You're preaching to the wrong crowd here, but
The Peloton, but that's on bikes. That's all I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
that's right. A couple years ago. So. All right, John, thank you very much. I'll be in touch.
Yeah, thank you.
okay, we're gonna scoot back up to the unfinished business for an America 250 update. Is that you, Ms. Graziano?
So we have been hosting our America 250 working group since I want to say October. We've reached out to numerous organizations and we've had a lot of participation, which we're very excited about. We just launched kind of our new website for the Big Walnut community. On there, you can find all the organizations. You can submit an event. If you would like to volunteer, there's a spot there as well. And we also have a calendar with all community events. So anything that's going on here, Berkshire, Galena, we've asked them all to send us anything they have, and it's all going to be somewhat themed towards America 250. So it's going to be a place where, oh, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. It's going to be a place for residents to go and find everything under one domain. We've also been in contact with Big Walnut Apparel, getting some shirts and stuff made that people can purchase. I think, sorry, I'm trying to think off the top of my head here. I think that's
Yeah, so in your packet then is at least a hard copy of the calendar, so you can see that. We can send you the URL so you can see it if you'd like to see it live. As Alyssa
Is it
indicated.
bigwalnut250.org?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. It's right there. It's right there. Yeah, so if you do that, you can see it. We haven't promoted it that much yet. We've asked the working group to go out and look at it and just make sure that they don't see any sort of I don't know, bugs. They're not finding any bugs in it. Oh, there we go. You did pull it up. Okay. So yeah. Very patriotic themed page.
and just a little about the America 250, Ohio 250. Some more photos down here with the logo we made, just more pictures. If you want to volunteer or submit an event, you can do so here. Our calendar is up here.
Who's maintaining this? Is Sunbury hosting this?
So our planning intern, Chantria, she made this whole website. She did the calendar, so she's been actively maintaining it.
And we're inviting the other Big Walnut communities to add for if they're gonna do something in Galena for the 250, that we'll promote it on our website.
Yes, so
Yeah, so by our website, it's not the city's, it's not on the city's, I mean, it's separate sort of standalone.
This
Yeah.
website. Right.
I think Berkshire had indicated that they've passed a resolution to be part of the state America 250, just like the city of Sunbury had done as well. I think, and Galena is, if they haven't done it, they're about to do it. So they'll officially all be a part of the, the Ohio 250 celebration. So, we just thought joining forces made some sense given we are the Big Walnut community.
Yeah,
So.
of course.
We have been, so related to merchandise, we have been talking about the flag, the America 250 flag, and been working with the veterans organizations about flying the flag to make sure that we're not doing it, or we're doing it properly. So they're working with us and helping us do that. So I think the goal here is to have on all the city flagpoles to have an America 250 flag flying here, within the next 30 days or so, below the American flag.
That'll be neat.
Yeah. The only one that might not fly on might be J.R. Smith Park because of the renovation that's going on down there. But the other, we think we got 4 others. The cemetery, the police building, the square, and the municipal building. So there are four flags. So, and then the other thing I guess I was going to do is talk a little bit about the 4th of July, some early conversations that are happening around that. So
I was just looking it up. It looks like it's on a Saturday this year. Is that true?
yes,
Right.
that's right. So, but we were thinking, okay, maybe we could, create a signature event around the 250 celebration. Of course, we'll have the unveiling of the monument at the end of the year, Veterans on Veterans Day.
Yeah.
So that's in the works right now. But so the thinking right now is we've still got some planning to do, but maybe try to launch the 4th of July weekend on Friday evening, the 3rd, with some activities happening on the square. Like the thought was to maybe have something similar to Christmas on the Square, where we had a series of musical groups sing or perform, to do something like that, but singing patriotic
Patriotic.
songs, just kind of to kind of get the converse or get the event started. Maybe, a pie, contest, a hot dog eating I mean, the types of things that, the chamber has historically done just to kind of get the event started, but then also end the evening with movies on the square and then a patriotic movie of some sort that evening. Then you go into Saturday, and Saturday would look similar to last year with the parade, a break in the middle of the day, and then the fireworks at the end of the day. And then on Sunday, the Ministerial Association has a gathering. And so we're trying to work with them to see if we can't coordinate something that has a 250 theme happening on that Sunday then as well. I mean, they've, I think, indicated that they're open to doing that. We just need to kind of work out the details. But again, try to create more of a whole sort of weekend series of events around the 4th of July this year because of the 250 celebration.
Are there still discussions about a reenactment? I forget who the group was that was at one of the first meetings, but I know there were discussions about having some sort of reenactment.
There have been discussions, and do you remember the group?
Oh, I think it was Sons of the American Revolution.
Yeah.
And I believe the American Legion, they've been in contact with them. So I'll double check on that.
Yeah. And yeah, the thought was maybe before the parade, still kicking this around, but there may be some patriotic donuts or something on the square for kids to grab, before the event and that kind of, just kind of trying to do just a little bit more this year than we've done in the past to, really kind of celebrate America 250. So anyway, more to come, but just wanted to give you a sense of what is happening.
Do you have two different groups, a America 250 group and then the working group for the 4th of July?
Yeah, we haven't really formed right now they're kind of one and the same, but I think as we kind of sort through the agenda, not every group that's participating in the working group is going to be volunteering or supporting the 4th. So we'll probably have a little bit of a smaller group once we land on all day.
But if anybody who would be in the 4th of July working group is involved in some way with the 250 groups, there's not going to be a big shock to the 4th of July group that you guys are doing this. Okay.
Yeah, no, they've all been a part of these preliminary discussions. Yeah, it'll be a subset. So
This is kind of random, but I know last year after the 4th of July parade, one of the concerns that we had was people had a hard time telling when the parade was over.
oh yes.
And we had talked briefly about trying to end the parade with something consistent so that everybody always knew and we could go every year. When you see this, it's over. Like, Santa Claus at the end of the Macy's parade type of thing.
Yeah.
I joked at the time we should put Dave Martin dressed up as Uncle Sam. I still think that's the correct answer, but maybe this is a good year for us to figure out what that special something is and make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I like that.
Uncle Sam is an option.
Uncle Sam or
I do, actually, the civic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had him at the chamber when we were still doing the 4th of July a few years ago. The Civic Association, Cindy actually gave me the gentleman's contact information, so I'm sure we reached out to her.
Yeah, there has been outreach to Honest Abe as well. So Honest Abe has been at the
It was Honest Dave.
yeah.
Sorry, Uncle Sam, Honest Dave.
I think Abraham Lincoln works as well too.
Yeah. I mean, Abraham Lincoln was not at the the Bison or the 250th celebration,
Sure,
but
there's
he's acknowledged.
There was Uncle Sam.
It doesn't have to be that, but it could be something like
Yeah.
that. Just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think it's the fire. Well, I shouldn't say that. Thought it was the fire truck that ended the parade, but maybe we gotta again. It certainly ended the Christmas on the Square with Santa Claus, but yeah, maybe we need something more.
Fire truck with an Uncle Sam sitting on.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
But we've got a little bit of time to think of ideas, so.
Yeah.
all right, Alyssa's going to raise that with the group the next time we meet with them.
So I was wondering, and it might not even be relevant now because you're going to have all of this on this website. we have typically around this time of year had an events calendar table that we've released to the public on just, but never like to this extent, because we haven't offered this much. It's been like when the Easter egg hunt is, when 4th of July parade is, when Christmas on the Square, something like that. So I don't know if we thought about doing something like that, or we're just going to funnel everything through this website, or
Yeah, if it's got a 250 angle to it, it would go through here. And even the Easter egg hunt is talking about trying to do a 250 angle, like, some red, white, and blue eggs or something where their kids will be.
it's like Christmas on the Square here, so I assume they're gonna do something.
That's at least
Thing.
that what they're saying.
Okay,
So, yeah. And so this is not meant to be kind of a replacement for that, but
okay.
I mean, I would imagine that most of the events will try to encourage them to have an America 250 angle to it. But yeah. So we'll talk about maybe Chantria can maybe help us put together the events committee lists.
It's kind of nice this time of year when everyone is just kind of like spring is never going to come, and just gives you something to kind of look forward to. I certainly don't think you have to have all like the library things on there and everything like that, but just and she could look back, we've done this, I don't know if even we did, because that's how we ended up deciding something, because it was, I don't remember, what was that last year?
I think it was the Halloween. The
Trick or treat
date, yeah.
was
It
written
just
on the
nice.
calendar.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, so we don't include that one. I don't know when Halloween is this year, but maybe we hold off on trick or treat. But yeah, it's just something nice to do. That's,
Even if we start.
yeah.
Has there been any conversation about what kind of event should surround the memorial unveiling in November? Because that'll be Veterans Day. I mean,
Yeah.
in theory, Veterans Day. There's a lot of work to do between now and then.
Yeah. Not yet. I need to kind of talk. I assume each community kind of
Yeah.
plans its own event. But it would be important to understand kind of, is the artist, when's the artist going to be available so we can get him here? And so he might be moving around the county that day. So we got to, do a little bit of work there.
So when we know that, we'll add that to the calendar for the 250. Okay, very cool. Anything else from staff?
Pardon me?
Anything else from staff?
Well, the only other thing I was going to add is we don't have the Easter egg hunt yet, the application, although again, it's less than 6 hours, I think, at the pavilion. So probably doesn't.
It might not come through us.
But at least we want to let you know what the date is and that kind of stuff. So I know they're still working on that. So hopefully we'll have it for you relatively soon. So.
Do you have a time frame that you prefer that you give out for the events that don't rise to the events committee? Like we get, I think we have 60 or 90 days. Do you have some, so you're not just being asked hey, we want to throw an event next weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. I think is it 60 or 90 days actually? Now I think it's 60 days in the policy. So we do try to ask for 60 days, even if it doesn't come in front of the events committee. Because part of that is we've got to vet it a little bit to make sure it's not supposed to come in front of the events committee. But I wouldn't say that they all meet that deadline. Okay,
we will encourage that moving forward. Okay, it looks like our next, anything else from the committee? Nope. Okay, it looks like our next meeting is going to be on St. Patrick's Day. So we are going to be going from Valentine's to St. Patrick's. So I will make a motion to adjourn. Seconded by Mrs. Crawford. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Mrs. Crawford?
Yes.
Mr. Capel?
Yes.
3 yeas, we are